Welcome to Fusion 5 Radio with your host, Fusion 5 CEO, Rainee Busby.
Alrighty, thank you, Mark. So let's start off a little bit about explaining passion. So when I found EOS, Entrepreneurial Operating System, I was already doing work similar in this field, and I seen the power of this model and the simplicity of this model. So many times what we find is that some of these business strategy approaches, they're just so complex. It takes so much time and so much money. It's just silly. And that's why a lot of times it doesn't get done, because the perception of many is that it's not something that's easy for them to understand. Maybe they're, as a business owner, they're really good at widgets, or as a minister, he's really great at talking to the congregation and really getting points across to his people that he takes care of. But many times they don't understand the operations of the business, and it just can seem very threatening. And so when I seen the system, I was like, oh my gosh, this is an opportunity to open up to create this experience for many people. So a lot of people can now have access to this. And so for me, I was like, Mike, if I could just have an opportunity to share the power of this system with many people and to make a difference in people's lives. And that's really what the passion is. It's about reaching out to leaders, business owners, whatever your role is, and organizations, and giving you tools that help people be their best. And not just you as an individual, but everybody that's around you, because they all love this tool as well. It's just easy for everybody to understand. And so that was really what our passion was when we first decided to move into this entrepreneurial operating system. And so we talked about work-life balance, and we got, as I mentioned, we got 4 different key areas that we're going to talk about. But I really wanted to walk through the work-life balance concept for you. I can tell you a bit about myself in this area. I've always been a bit of a workaholic. Even when I was just an employee, I worked a lot. But I was young and I was growing my career, and I knew that in order to get where I wanted to be, I had to work hard. And I made some sacrifices. Do I regret some of them? Many. Yes, I do. But in the long run, when I look at the value that I provided for my family and being able to take care of my family and be able to give them the life that they want and be able to send them to the colleges and universities, and that was important. So, you have to think about the priorities in your life. And now here's some interesting little tidbits, is that the whole concept of work-life balance really dates back to about 1977. It's not that old, which I found to be quite interesting. And when you look at the dictionary term for it, work-life balance stands for relating to both work and personal life, designating the relationship between the two. So you have to understand how those two relationships impact your life, because we spend a lot of time at work. We probably spend more time at work than we do with our family, because we're there 8 hours a day. We come home maybe 4 hours. Everybody's in bed. You sleep 8 hours. I mean, your day is pretty much gone. So definitely that's the term that I think we need to think about, is what's that relationship? How do we define it? It's not one or the other, but it's going to be a blend of both. And so let's start talking about some areas where I think, if this is one of the challenges that you face, or someone who faces this challenge, here's some key factors that will help you to get that work-life balance under control. So the first thing is, do you really have clear life priorities? Do you have a personal plan? Have you really thought about what's important to you? So, it's very seldom do we sit down and think about that. And so, there's a great book out called Dream Manager, and I highly recommend that you get this book and listen to what it has, or read it. You can get them, the audio books, however you prefer to do your reading nowadays. More and more people are on their Kindles, but it's an easy read. It's not a very big book, but it'll get you thinking in what are your dreams, and then start to to journal, start to write down what are these dreams. And, I do it. I look at mine about every year and refresh a little bit. One of the things that I do, which I recommend and I'll pass along to you, is I want you to create 3 lists, and each list has 99 different items in it. And the first list has to be, has to do with, what do you want to be? So you kind of ask yourself, I want to be a great dancer. I want to be an awesome mom. I want to be whatever that is. Enlist your 99 little terms. And I know it sounds like so many, but once you get going, it really flows pretty easy. So the first column is the to be. The second column is, what do you want to do? What are some things that you want to do? Think about your bucket list that you haven't done yet. And it could be, maybe you want to take up scuba diving. Maybe you want to have a family reunion. What are the things that you want to do that's going to help you to create that dream? And then the final column, what do you want to have? What's important to you to have? And it doesn't have to be physical things. It could be, have a strong faith in the Lord. Whatever that is that's important to you, then here, see how we're creating these lists, which will help you to then see what's important to you. And it's always great to be able to circle them when you've achieved that. And you can say, hey, I did it. I made it. So also another key term I think is worth keeping in mind is, can we really have it all? Is that really possible? And what does have it all mean? So if we take work life and we break it down a little further, it's really work and play, right? Because we have to have some playtime in there, but it's also career and family. So both of those pairs are important to an individual. And so how do you kind of start to balance those two out? If you look at it from that perspective, how often do I work? My work's going to help me build my career. What do I do when I play? What are those things that I'm passionate about? And that helps me to connect with family and friends. Be aware that mobile technology, cell phones and all that stuff, has really been a huge deterrent in people being able to disconnect from their jobs, because now they have the mail on their phone. So they're taking calls, they're checking emails. I was reading one thing where it's like, I don't know how many of you do this, you get up first thing in the morning, you check your phone, see if there might be something important. Well, maybe the first thing in the morning is a good time to do some journaling, or maybe you want to just take some time, some quiet thoughts, or whatever it is that you like to do. Meditation is usually a good thing. Or maybe you like to just spend some time reading the Bible, whatever that is. But use those first 30 minutes in a very good personal way, and that'll help you right off the bat to work on that work-life balance. Here's some other ones. Know how to say no, N-O, right? To protect your priorities, because once you have them defined, it's very easy for you to say, okay, well, I guess I can fit that in. What we want to be able to do is say no, but say it in the right way so people understand why we're saying no. It's not because we don't want to. It's because we've made a promise to ourselves and our families and our community that this is how we want to live our life. Reality is that you don't have work-life balance every day. Some days you're going to have more work, less life. Some days maybe more life, less work. On the weekends, hopefully it's all life and no work, other than maybe some work around the house or some hobbies that you enjoy. So don't go into it thinking realistically, I need to have work-life balance every day, because you're just going to set yourself up to fail. So when we're at work, if you're an employee, what have you, sometimes, and this has been true for the baby boomers, right? I'm a part of the baby boomer group. It was about how much time you put in the office. So are you in your chairs? And so what we like to think about is the value you bring is not measured in time, but it's really measured in the skills, your experiences, your education, and the real value that you provide back to the business, whether it's your own business, somebody else's business, or if it's what difference you made in somebody's life. So I just wanted to kind of get these straight about that. It's not about the time, it's about the value of the time. So it's not about the quantity of time, it's the quality of time. And we've heard that many times raising children. Spend some time with them. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but make sure it's not distracted and you're really focusing on your children and your family. Have an awareness of your energy levels. Some of us have energy levels that peak in the morning. Some, go down like around the after lunch time usually. That's when it's good to get up, maybe walk around. But balance your energy out as much as you can, because we don't want to get home at night and just be totally drained, right? We want to have some energy left so that we can spend time with our children and play and have a great conversation with our spouse, or maybe, go meet some friends and see a movie, whatever that is. So balance that energy out. And, if you're working for a company that just doesn't believe in work-life balance, then maybe you need to start thinking about what kind of company would support a work-life balance that's healthy. And more companies are doing that. You can go out and look at the top 100 places to work, get you all kinds of good ideas. And if you're a business owner, what kind of message are you sending to your employees? If they're watching you work 60, 80 hours a week, are they expecting to do that same thing? So it's in your culture. Exercise is extremely important. Get some exercise. We recommend aerobics as well as weight training. It makes you feel good about yourself, and you're doing something for yourself. So it's going to improve your energy. And then plan some fun time every day. And it could be something simple and something you enjoy. Reading a book. Every day for a half hour, I'm going to read a book. Or I'm going to maybe watch a favorite television program. Or I'm going to go play catch with my kids, or a video game with your kids, whatever it is. But every day, it doesn't have to be much, just a little bit of time to make sure you have some fun. Vacation, this is always a good one. How many people don't take vacations? So sad. Vacation time in the U.S. is burned at a very high rate, and our vacation time is much less than it is in European countries. So use your vacation time. Disconnect from your phone. Disconnect from technology. Make sure you relax. Make sure you enjoy it. Just really, truly go on vacation. Many of us don't do that. And then finally, take advantage of, there's all kinds of great apps for your phone that helps you manage your time better. Email system, calendaring systems. Know your tools. Set up a system for yourself. In the morning, I'm going to do this. At 10 a.m., I'm doing that. Lunch, I always have lunch with a friend. I don't talk about business, whatever that may be. So hopefully that gave you some tips and techniques to help you improve your work-life balance.
Hello, friends. If you're enjoying our program, Fusion 5 Radio with Rainee Busby, let us know by going to fusion5radio.com and emailing us. Rainee wants to encourage you to write to her with any questions or comments that you may have. That web address again is fusion5radio.com. Fusion5radio.com. Rainee wants to help you be more productive in business and ministry by sharing with you each week how to get your life back through simple, practical steps. Fusion5radio.com. Write to us. Join us next week. Be blessed.